This is Veterans Today Television. It's February 20th, 2011, and I'm on with Raja Mujtaba in Pakistan, and we're going to be discussing the Raymond Davis issue. Raja, the wife of one of the murder victims in Pakistan committed suicide not long afterward. We've heard rumors about her reasons for killing herself. What have you learned?
Well, Gordon, this morning I was watching a television program, and I had heard this before also, but today what I saw that was very, very clear. They showed her last message while she was on her deathbed in the hospital. She was all on the life support equipment. From there, she said that she has committed suicide because she was being pressurized and she has no hope that she would get justice for her husband's death, And she did not want to trade off the blood of her husband. So that's why she committed suicide.
Well, this pressure, what have you learned about pressure? Was she threatened, or were her family members threatened by someone? Were they offered bribe money? What's happened?
Well, they have been offered everything. They have been offered bribe money. They have been threatened by life. So they were being told to keep their mouth shut, which she could not. And she was a daring girl. She was a brave girl. She kicked aside every offer that was given to her, but she stood to her word and she gave her life. And she said, I cannot trade the blood of my husband. Other thing is that in the same television program, the anchor showed he talked to the girl's maternal auntie, her sister, and her maternal uncle, And all of them, three of them, they said that they were being pressurized, they were being threatened, and they were being told not to talk against Raymond Davis or against America. They should not demand any action against the killer. If they do so, they are going to be killed, or they are going to be bombarded or blasted out.
Well, these threats, did they come from Americans or Pakistanis?
Well, that he could not clarify whether they were Americans or Pakistanis, because the people who came, there were two guys. According to the uncle of the girl, the two guys, they were covered, their face was not visible. They were carrying weapons under their cover. And when they were talking to him, they placed a pistol on his head and one close to his eye. And then they said that if you talk anything against America or against Raymond, you are going to be killed. And we don't want you to do that, and you remain silent. But the uncle said, let them do whatever they want to. If they let Raymond Davis go, if they do not punish him, I will commit suicide myself.
Let's talk a little about Davis. Now, Davis, if this had happened in Islamabad, the federal government would have released him immediately. There are political reasons he's being held still. In Punjab, the state government is held by the opposition party, isn't it?
Well, there may be the opposition party, but none of the governments, whether it be in the federal government or the provincial government, now the thing is much beyond their hands. It is out of their control. They cannot trade off on Raymond Davis, even if they want to. The simple reason is that public sentiment is getting very, very strong. This morning, this afternoon, I was talking to some lawyers in Karachi. I said, why are the lawyers silent about the issue? The lady there said, we are not silent about it. So far, we see the things are moving in the right direction. The moment we get the feeling that they're going to release Raymond Davis, we all will come on the roads. So the governments are becoming helpless, and there's no reason to doubt on that. The court is taking its own course. Court has demanded from the Punjab government to get hold of the vehicle that was falling and crushed one person under the wheels, and also the people who were in that car.
Now, we've been told that the people in that car are back in the United States. Are people in Pakistan aware of that?
Yes, that is true. That this news came only yesterday, that the driver of that vehicle has been flown back to the United States. But if that be the case, I think the U.S. government has made a big mockery of herself. On one hand, she claims that she respects law, she wants the law to be enforced. She wants human values to be enforced. And then, very conveniently, very quietly, they have pulled the killer out of the country and taken him away. Why did not they hand over the killer to the people, to the government over here, so that a legal procedure could start against him?
One of the points that has come up periodically is the Dr. Afia Siddiqui trial. That's the young lady who was kidnapped in Pakistan in 2003, tortured and raped in Bagram Air Force Base. I don't think by Air Force personnel, but certainly they were in charge of the base. When she was arrested for trying to kill the people that were torturing her. Apparently she'd broken loose, gotten out of her wheelchair during a torture session, tried to kill the 5 people who were Navy SEALs that were, although she was 87 pounds, that were torturing her. I don't know if they were trying to rape her at the time or not, but I think that's more than believable based on what we've seen. The issue I have, of course, is that the individual that managed to subdue her was her translator. Now, this reminds me so much of the O.J. trial. O.J. was released, O.J. Simpson, because if I remember what his lawyer, Johnny Cochran, says about the glove issue, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Well, the translator issue is one that bothers me because Afia Siddiqui is the wife of a Boston anesthesiologist and has a doctorate from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and speaks English, certainly spoke English better than any other person in the room. What language do you think they were translating her into so these Navy SEALs could understand her? Spanish?
Maybe those Navy SEALs had come from Mars, you know. That I wouldn't be surprised that they needed a translator then.
In the streets here in Pakistan, are there currently people carrying signs asking for the freedom of Siddiqui?
Well, this is a talk which is developing, because whenever Raymond Davis case comes up, people do mention about Dr. Afia Siddiqui. Simple reason, they go into the comparison of the two trials, the comparison of the two crimes. On one hand, it is a known fact, it is an open secret that Dr. Afia Siddiqui committed no crime. She killed nobody, she could not hurt anybody. A lady weighing about 85 or 87 pounds.
Well, one of the original arrest of Siddiqui was based on her supposedly trying to get yellow cake cranium out of Niger. There's a movie about that right now, about the life of Valerie Plame, and it's an openly known fact in the United States that there was never an attempt to do this at all, and that her original arrest for this supposed incident was an invention by the Bush administration. Let's talk about the mood out in the street. What do you believe is going to happen in Pakistan if the government forces Punjab to release Raymond Davis? Will the government be able to stand after that, or is it possible the government of Pakistan will fall?
There are very strong chances that the government of Pakistan will fall if they release Raymond Davis. And they dare not do so. The mood on the street is very, very hostile and very, very aggressive. Their everyday processions are there. People are only quiet on a large scale because that the case is in the court. Had the court not been involved, people would have been on the streets by now and things would have been entirely different. And as it appears now, they have turned tight security on Raymond Davis in the where he's being held. They have placed 10 cameras which are constantly monitoring his movements 24 hours. And the visitors have been restricted. Now the frequency of visiting him is not that high. It has gone very low. The food service from outside is also being checked, because it is feared and strongly feared that maybe if the things get delayed, the CIA or somebody from the US consulate may poison him, may kill him, or may cause his death through some other means, and then that would become a different issue altogether. So now they have become very apprehensive on that account also, that Raymond Davis could be killed by the Americans who visit him. And the other thing which is raising a lot of questions, if Raymond Davis was an ordinary person who was not involved in terrorism and things like that, why did John Kerry come to Pakistan with such a strong message? Why did Obama jump into the arena where he had no reason to do so? It was just an ordinary person who killed somebody. Why should the president of a superpower jump into the arena? And as the stakes are going higher, people are getting more suspicious that Raymond Davis is much more than what the eye can see to it.
What are the feelings within the Pakistani military about this incident? Where do they stand?
Apparently, they have said let the court decide. So, but they are very tight on any further action. But knowing personally the feelings of the people, they want Raymond Davis to be tried and convicted for the crime that he has committed and punished accordingly.
One other thing here, we've been told by some sources that Davis, during his interviews, there's a very short interview that's been on YouTube, but he has given information during these interviews, has spoken openly about things. You have any feedback at all on what Davis has told his captors?
There was a camera fitted in Davis' shoe, which was discovered later on, and there was a recorder also, and they had other things also. When that camera was recovered, in that he had admitted to the interrogators that he is only a consultant to the consulate, he is not an employee of the consulate.
One other issue here, the people of Pakistan, what percentage of the people of Pakistan believe that Raymond Davis was actually a terrorist? Is it most, a few? Is it considered, is your news reporting that? What is your news reporting?
The percentage is very, very high. It is above 90% people who feel that he is a terrorist.
And that's all levels of society. They believe that the Americans have sent thugs under the guise of diplomats or whatever he is, yes. Employees, yes. Valets. Have you ever considered that Raymond Davis might have been going across town in that heavily armed convoy? He could actually be the valet for the consulate there, and he might have been picking up dry cleaning. Have you thought of that?
Dry cleaning in Mozang Chungi from a consulate is very interesting when they have all their services within the consulate, or they go to the five-star hotel facilities, for that service.
Oh, that's another theory that's gone now.
Yeah, but the fact is that his telephonic conversation with the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, which is an anti-Pakistan group, has been confirmed that he has been talking to them. And only yesterday we recovered the body of Colonel Imam. That has been made available, And the video was also released, and he has been shot dead. So all these things are coming up, and that is basically being done to force Pakistan to attack North Waziristan. And Raymond Davis has been going all over the country to the seminaries. He's been visiting the border areas. He's been picturing the sensitive installations of the Pakistan military. Why was he doing all that? The consular service is only restricted to the consulate,
And there's clear evidence that Raymond Davis has been in contact with the terrorist groups that are responsible for the bombings in Lahore.
Yes, that has been, his telephone conversations have been intercepted,
Raja, I want to thank you for coming online with Veterans Today TV. It's Raja Mujtaba, our editor in Islamabad, and his website is opinionmaker.com with a hyphen, www.opinion-maker.org. Is that right?
Yes.
That's right. And
That's right.
This is Gordon Duff signing off for Veterans Today. Thank you.